Hi guys. So we did adding and subtracting decimals, and now we're going to move on to multiplying decimals this week. So our first thing is multiplication keywords. So again, we're going to work on story problems, and some keywords when we do story problems are things like times, triple, of. Of is a big word. If you see like 2 pounds of something, that usually means we're going to be multiplying. Double, product, twice, multiply. All of those words will signify that we are going to multiply when we read story problems, which we'll get into that a little bit tomorrow and more so on Wednesday. All right, to multiply decimals by whole numbers or decimals, put the longer decimal on top. So the decimal that has the most digits goes on top. Then you're going to multiply. The number of decimal places to the right of the decimal point in the factors is the same as the number of decimal places to the right of the decimal point in the product. That's usually in a lot of math vocabulary, things like factors and product. Basically, it's saying if you have one decimal point here, like in this problem, then you're going to move your decimal point 1 in your answer. So let's go ahead and get started on these examples. Make sure you're writing down the notes as I am going through them. All right, number 1 says 1.5 times 3. Well, to multiply decimals, it's the same as multiplying other numbers. You go down first. So 5 times 3 is 15. Carry your 1. And then the next step is you need to go, let me change the color of this, sideways or diagonally. So now we are going to go 3 times 1. So what is 3 times 1? 3 times 1 is 3, and then we carried our 1. So 3 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Okay, now where do we put that decimal? If we look up here at the 5, get back my red. Get up by the 5, we have one decimal place. So it's 1.5. The decimal is here, and we moved it one spot. So we're going to put the decimal here and go one spot. So your answer should be 4.5. All right, let's take a look at number 2. 9.9 times 6. So again, we're going to do this first. What is 9 times 6? 9 times 6 is 54, so you put your 4 here, carry your 5. 6, then we go diagonally, 6 times 0. 6 times 0 is 0. We carried our 5, so plus 5 would be 5. And then our decimal place, how many did we go over? We went from here to here, so we have one decimal point, so we're going to go from here to here. So your answer should be 5.4. All right, number 3, 0.45 times 5. So again, our first step is to go down. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry your 5. Now we're going to go sideways. Oops, I thought I had my highlighter out. Now we're going to go sideways. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 2 is 22. Write your 2. Carry your 2. 5 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. All right, where does our decimal point go? This one's a little bit different because on 1 and 2, we only had one decimal point over here. This one, we have two numbers behind the decimal point. So we went over 1, 2. 2 decimal points. So here we're going to go over 2. So we start at the end, and we go 1, 2. So your answer should be 2.25. All right, number 4. We're going to multiply down first. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry your 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Now we have 8 times 3. What is 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is 24. All right, where is your decimal point going to go? Hopefully you got it right. We have 2 spots here, so we're going to move it 2 spots here. So 24.96 should be your answer. All right, let's look at number 5. Go ahead and let's do number 5 on your own. Go ahead and do number 5 on your own. Okay, so let's work this out. You should have got 17.35. How do we get that? 7 times 5 is 35, so we write our 5, carry our 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23, so we write our 3 and carry our 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. We have 2 spots behind the decimal. 2 spots behind the decimal. 17.35. All right, number 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Carry your 4. 6 times 0 is 0, plus the 4 we carried is 4. And then 6 times 2 is 12. 2 decimal spots here. 1, 2. So we're going to do the same thing here. 1, 2. 12.48. All right, number 7. Do this one on your own. Hopefully you got it right. What is 4 times 2? 8. 2 times 1? 2. 2 times 9? 18. We had 2 spots over, so we're going to go 2 spots over. 18.28. That one was pretty easy because you didn't have to carry on any of those numbers. All right, number 8. 0.82 times 9. We're going to go down first. 9 times 2 is 18. Carry your 1. Now we go 9 times 8. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 1 is 73. Carry your 7. 9 times 0 is 0, plus the 7 we carried is 7. Where should our decimal place go in this problem? Okay, we had 2 spots here, 2 spots here. 7.38 should be your answer. All right, let's scroll down. We are going, wrong way, go ahead and turn your paper over. We're going to do 1 through 4 on this page today. So now they don't have the problem set up for us. So we have to remember, how do we set up these problems? Well, if you look back on the other side of your paper, it says put the longer decimal on top. So the decimal that has the most digits goes on top. So if we look at number 1, the decimal that has the most digits goes on top. So number 1, we have 0.8 times 6. Well, which number has the most digits? 0.8 has 2, and 6 has 1. So the ones with the most digit is 0.8. So 0.8 is going to go on top. So write this down. 0.8 times, wow, that is a crazy 6, times 6. All right, 8 times 6 is 48. Your 8. Carry your 4. 6 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. It's the same thing as the last one. We have 1 decimal point, so we're going to move it 1 spot. So your answer is 4.8. All right, number 2. Which number is going to go on top? So 6 has 1 digit and 3.4 has 2 digits. So 3.4 is our longer number. So 3.4 is going to go on top. Times 6 equals 6 times 4 is 24. carry your 2. Now we have 6 times 3 is 18 plus 2. 18 plus 2 is 20. 1 decimal, so 1 decimal, 20.4. All right, number 3, go ahead and do this one on your own. So when you did it, you should have put 0.05 on top because that has the most digits, and then 5 on bottom, times 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and then 5 times this last 0 is 0. Okay, so where should the decimal have gone? Well, here we have 1, 2 spots, so here we have 1, 2 spots. So 0.25 should have been your answer. All right, number 4, let's set it up together, and then you're going to solve this one on your own. So we have 0.037 is going to go on top because it has the most digits. It's the longest number. Times 2 on bottom. And then go ahead and multiply on your own. Solve this one by yourself. All right, 7 times 2 is 14. If you had it wrong, please fix it on your notes. We carry our 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. All right, how many decimal points did we have in this one? Places? 1, 2, 3. So we need to move 1, 2, 3. So your answer should have been 0.074. If you have it wrong, make sure you're fixing them on your paper. Okay, so that's all we're going to do today. We will do the bottom half tomorrow. After this, there is an IXL lesson for you guys to complete, and if you do that and still have time ready, then you can work on iReady. See you later.